In the quiet solitude of northern Laos, where mist curls through the treetops and time seems to slow, a remarkable bond was born between a woman and a creature of the wild. It was in the early morning light of April last year, in a remote village nestled at the edge of the forest, that 54-year-old Chansamone discovered a frail crying near the bamboo fence of her small garden. Thinking it was a kitten, she approached gently. But what she found instead shocked her. A leopard cub, no larger than a loaf of bread, trembling and gasping, its eyes wide with confusion and fear. Its spotted fur was matted with mud, ribs protruding beneath paper-thin skin, and it could barely lift its head. Chansamone looked around, half expecting the mother to emerge from the shadows. But the jungle remained still. The cub had been abandoned. Instinctively, and without hesitation, she wrapped the tiny animal in her scarf and brought it inside her modest wooden home. Her neighbors thought she was mad. "It will grow up and attack you," they warned. But Chansamone had lived close to the forest all her life and believed that compassion transcended fear. That night was the first of many sleepless ones. She warmed milk and fed the cub with a baby bottle every 3 hours, softly humming lullabies as it whimpered in the dark. When it cried, she held it to her chest. She named him Tao, meaning star, hoping he would shine through the darkness he was born into. Weeks passed, and Tao began to grow stronger. His eyes became brighter, his steps steadier. By the second month, he started playing with her slippers and chasing leaves in the yard. Though his wild instincts gradually surfaced, climbing furniture, pouncing on insects, and sharpening his claws on tree trunks, Tao remained gentle with Chansamone. He would curl up beside her at night and nuzzle her hand, seeking comfort and affection. Villagers who once feared him began to visit, astonished at the connection between the two. They watched as the now sleek young leopard trotted beside her like a loyal dog, returning each evening from his forest adventures to rest his head on her lap. "I never intended to raise a leopard," Chansamone says, gently stroking Tao's fur as he lounges on her porch. "But he needed a mother. And I suppose so did I." Local officials have since taken note, and wildlife authorities are monitoring the situation. While Tao is still technically a wild animal, they've agreed to let him stay under Chansamone's care as long as he shows no threat to the community. Plans are in place for a nearby nature reserve to eventually welcome him, if he chooses. But for now, Tao stays close. Each morning, as the sun pierces the mist and the forest awakens, he returns from his nightly wanderings and presses his forehead into the woman's chest, just as he did when he was weak and afraid. In a forgotten corner of the world, a lost cub found more than survival. He found a mother, and in doing so, he gave meaning and joy to a woman who simply refused to turn away.